King Island's long been a green grazier's paradise, as farmers can usually bank on nearly a metre of rain a year. Mayor Marcus Blackie says rainfall's been key to the island's agriculture.
Abundant, luxuriant pasture, which of course produces the best grass-fed beef, the best sweet milk to make cheese from, and that all underpins King Island's reputation.
But in 2023, decades of reliable rainfall stopped, taking the island into the worst drought on record. Believe it or not, it now has a drought resilience coordinator, Tas Lone. He says even the best farmers were caught out.
Because we run at such high stocking rates, you're living on a knife edge quite often when things get tight, so that causes you to go into drought sooner. Also, the logistics around shipping livestock off the island can be quite challenging, and so all of a sudden the demand is there and we can't get ship cattle fast enough.
Did it get close to being an animal welfare problem, running out of water and feed?
Oh, yeah, no, I think it got pretty close. Yeah, there was certainly training done in how to euthanize animals.
Tasmanian climate scientist Professor Matthew Harrison warns old rainfall patterns are gone.
What climate change does is it's a positive feedback loop. So some climate change creates more climate change, and then more climate change creates even more climate change.
He says climate change is incremental and takes decades to occur.
It's really increasing the duration of all of your extremes, and that's what farmers will feel the most. So you're not really adapting to climate change, you're better prepared adapting for climate variability.
The rain register, Commonwealth Meteorology.
Yeah.
So your dad and grandpa did this?
Yes, correct, yep. Monthly records till 1936, and then every day after that there's daily totals.
And you still doing that today?
Still do that today, every day.
Rainfall patterns are something farmer Robert Skipworth has been mulling over.
March is an important month because that is supposedly, or used to, get our autumn break.
The records show his grandfather and father had dry spells, but nothing like he's experienced.
Don't worry, the last 2 years I've looked at them a lot to try and find whether we've been in record territory over the last 2, which we have.
Did you get caught last year by surprise?
Yes, certainly did, because I'm not used to it, or no one is. Yes, certainly by surprise. I don't think a lot of people probably were expecting this in their lifetime.
Do you think it's changed forever? Or do you think it's going to go back to what your dad and what your grandpa experienced?
That's a good question. To me, that's the timing of the seasons of it seems to be changing. You know, different things seem to happen at different times of the year now. But so whether it is a cycle or whether it's climate change, I don't know.
Nick Little, president of the King Island Beef Producers Group, says from August 2023 the island received only half of its annual rainfall.
And we're winter-dominant rainfall, so we really need to set up from August to October is really important for us. So we had a failed spring, we went into 2024 and it didn't rain until end of April.
And yep, when Landline visited to talk drought, it poured. But Nick says it wasn't typical of the first half of this year.
The rain was very much below average. It was in the bottom 10%, below the bottom 10% until June. We'd usually be 50% more grass than we've got now this time of year. We haven't had what you'd say a normal winter for 2 or 3 years.
Making up for it now.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a bad start to 2024 with dry dams and feed shortages and not enough sea freight services or sailings to bring fodder in or ship cattle away.
So the island found itself catastrophically overstocked. The animals were losing condition and losing weight and losing shape. And obviously we had inadequate logistics to be able to move large numbers off at relatively short notice.
In a first, farmers asked the Tasmanian government for help.
We really need them to get on board with some additional sailings and some help for producers in trying to source fodder and that sort of stuff before it became an animal welfare issue.
Government-funded sailings delivered emergency fodder like almond hulls and donated hay and took thousands of cattle away. Rebates helped farmers upgrade or install new water infrastructure. And the island's first drought resilience coordinator was hired.
They coordinated all the fodder, the avenues we could go down to get the fodder, rather than people cold calling and finding their rejected. So it saved farmers a lot of time that way.
Tasmania's drought resilience coordinator, Sophie Folder, visited regularly.
We had a multi-agency effort working together. The state government, the TasFarm Innovation Hub, organisations like Rural Alive and Well, Rural Business Tasmania, TasFarmers, all working together to support that community. It was really incredible to see that collaborative effort work so well in practice.
Pivot irrigators like this one, belonging to TRT Pastoral Group, are rare on King Island. They're likely to be more common as farmers secure water by digging deeper dams, drilling new bores and installing irrigation equipment. When we visited in winter, I wanted to catch up with Andrew Raff. 10 years ago, we followed his family from Miles, 4 hours northwest of Brisbane, to King Island.
Here they come. Here they come.
Sick of the drought, David and Jill Raff sold their Queensland property and moved half their stud Angus herd nearly 2,000 kilometres south to what they say is Australia's most secure cattle country.
Hey girls. Welcome home.
We're moving to green grass, and as my wife says, happy cows, happy husbands, so it's going to be a win-win. We're moving into an environment that is 50 or 60 inches, coming from here where it's 24 inches, and in saying that we've had 1 year that was 4 inches and we've had 1 year that was over 40 inches.
Andrew, nice to be back.
Welcome back, Pip.
What's happened since we saw you in 10 years in terms of weather here?
Extremes, I guess, is the best descriptive word. Extremes in rainfall events, lack of rainfall events, heat, cool, frost, lightning strikes.
Being on King Island helped Andrew rediscover his love of farming.
Did the drought here catch you by surprise?
Definitely surprised, probably not caught, because we, having come from Queensland, had the hay sheds full of hay and we had water infrastructure set up.
The island's shallow dams made the drought-scarred Queenslanders nervous.
And we knew by looking at the size of the dams that there was a risk, so yeah, the last 10 years we've developed it so all the paddocks have troughs. Just to bring you to our natural spring that's on our farm here.
The spring that feeds the property's major dam faltered for the first time last year.
We had to shut the pump down for a day and every 4 to let it recharge. And interesting, a neighbour across the road, their bore, they had to sink deeper because it ran dry.
While touring the Raff's farm, a reminder of our last visit.
Bit of a surprise, some of those cows were ones that you filmed 10 years ago coming off the loading ramp from their trip down from Queensland.
Wow. Were they calves or the mothers?
No, some mothers, yeah. Been here now 10 years and settled into the green pastures, so it's good.
Despite all the grass, the Raffs had stocked conservatively. Their caution paid off. When drought hit, they didn't experience the stress and urgency of getting stock off the island, which others faced.
I think your dad said this is the easiest place to farm in Australia. Did Mother Nature just remind you maybe not?
Yeah, Mother Nature reminds us all in ag that nowhere is safe. Absolutely.
He thinks the last 2.5 years of dry weather will see most farmers change how they operate.
It's changing everywhere. King Island is probably the last place to be affected by it.
In January, local farmer Taz Lone took over as the drought resilience coordinator.
You can see there's not a lot of dry feed across the countryside there.
Now the emergency has passed, his job is to make farmers ready for the next drought.
I get around and talk to most of the farmers on the island in some shape or form and give them the tools and the skills to be able to adapt as the climate changes. The more we can do of that, the better we'll all be to run productive systems and manage the mental health and all the rest of it.
Tas says many farmers have already changed how they're doing things after just 18 months of information days and workshops provided with state and federal government assistance.
Some people have dropped cow numbers by 30% or breeder numbers, but in general people were better prepared around their fodder requirements or getting livestock marketed and getting them off the island. Don't get me wrong, it was tough, but they were coping with it and they were in control. One farmer said to me, "I'm in the driver's seat and I'm ready to change gear."
Oh, 1st of September, got to come in this beautiful weather. It's just paradise again, okay?
And we've had a bit of rain. It's looking great.
I brought that.
Yes, that's why you've got to come back again, Pip. Bring the rain with you.
Oh, look at
For now, though, there's a green drought to deal with. Short grass means farmers are feeding lots of hay, waiting for spring to play nice. Tas is confident most will be better equipped next time, and the next, and the next.
Would you like for your job not to be needed?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, take me out of it. If they don't need me, things are going well.
And next week, we're off to mainland Tasmania to see how farmers there are dealing with drought.